Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video. So basically, I did a video earlier showing the F9P rover that I built using a ublox board. This is basically just a cheap system to do PPK for your drone mapping work. I'm a surveyor and I use RTK for work, but I've never really used PPK, so this is all new to me. But I'm designing this process to be as cheap and cost effective while getting you accurate results. If you didn't see my video, we're using a $100 GPS board. So if you buy 3 of those, that's $300 with 3 antennas. I mean, you can spend however much you want on those, but let's just say you're at $400, $500, and various other equipment. You might need a rod, a tripod. Obviously, you probably already have your drone if you're watching this video. Then you need 3 SD card, data loggers, and various other accessories. So let's just say $1,000 will get you a whole system that you can do PPK. And let me explain how we're going to do this. Each of these GPS, let's just call them all rovers, they're all going to be logging their individual raw data log, so the .ubx file. The drone's going to have one, the rover's got one, the base has one. The base is easy. We'll just turn that on and leave it on for the entire time that we are on site. The main important thing is that we have to have it coinciding the time frames of both of these. So whenever you have your rover on, you need to have your base on. Whenever your drone's in the air, you gotta have your base on. Just because we're using the same time stamps for all of these in our PPK. So first thing, we'll set our base up, just let it cook on one spot the entire time, and it's logging its own UBX file. While we're doing that, while the base is doing that, we're gonna fire up our rover and we're gonna walk to each ground control point and we're just gonna put it on there. We're not shooting anything, we're not averaging anything, we're literally just starting and stopping. And that's literally all you're doing here. Obviously you want a good sky view, so you have good satellites. You're not doing RTK, so you're not going to know if you're on fixed or float. You're just going to be using your best judgment. But so your rover's logging onto its own SD card the entire time. We're doing 2 to 3 minute observations, and we're also writing the time down. To make it easier, you should write down the UTC time. Maybe get UTC time on your phone and just look at that. Or figure out how many hours you need to go ahead from your local time. And then when we process the data, those 2 to 3 minute observations are going to show up as segments where the rover is not moving. So we're going to see no movement for 3 minutes, and we'll know that's a point. And we'll know which point it is based off of what time is on the timestamp. So as long as when I was shooting point number 6, I wrote down the correct time, I should be able to look at the log and be like, yeah, okay, point number 6 is at 10:13. This is point number 6. And that's all that. So we'll do that for all the ground control points. You can leave the rover on. You can turn it off. It doesn't really matter. Maybe you only bought one of these, so you could use it also for the drone. That'd be another way to save some money. So after we get all our ground control points, we're going to fire up the drone, let it run its mission. All the while it's going to be logging data. The drone's going to have a camera trigger on it, so it'll be doing separate UBX files for each camera shot. So it might make post-processing a little tricky. I don't know exactly how that's gonna work, but hopefully this process gets streamlined. So once we have all of our data, we're going to look up the free cores Rhinex logs on the internet. And usually those don't come out until the next day or a couple days later. So a couple days later, we're gonna wait for the Rhinex log to come out for free, because we're doing this free, we're doing it cheap. And we're gonna use that Rhinex log to first adjust the base. So we're gonna correct the base position first using PPK. Once we have that corrected, we're gonna use that corrected base to then correct both the rover and all the photo positions for our drone. So all our ground control points and all of our photos are going to be corrected using the base that was corrected from the cores network. Sorry, I don't have my marker ran out of ink. But so basically we got two PPKs going on, and that should ideally give us the best accuracy. Like I said, I'm a surveyor, but I don't do PPK. I don't even know if this is all gonna work. It's just my plan. But as you can see, we're only spending $300 on the GPS units, 100, 100, 100. And data loggers are like $30 each. So there's $400 plus tripod, your rod, whatever you need to mount it and trigger on your drone. So it's going to add up a little bit. You might be spending like $1,200 to $1,400. But this is a full integrated system to do ground control points for your photogrammetry missions. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a lot of trial and error and troubleshooting, and I'll try my best to document the entire process. So thanks for watching.